pointing at me. Everyone has heard about climate change, but most people seem to want to ignore it. People think that climate change just affects the weather, but it affects way more than that. Climate change affects the water we drink, the food we eat, the wildlife around us, and our health. Even with just a change in the weather, we are expected to have drought, heat waves, and insect outbreaks. The global temperature has skyrocketed in the 20th century. Rebecca Lindsay and Luann Dahlman wrote an article for Climate.gov stating 2024 was the warmest year since the global records began in 1850. The heat affected both the northern and southern hemisphere, which means everyone in the world was affected. Glaciers started to melt, which affects the water we drink. For now, the glacier water is just going into the ocean. But what happens when a flood starts? The flood water will go into the lakes and the rivers that people tell us is okay to drink from because it's fresh water. Agnes Barman wrote for UNESCO.org this year, stating nearly 1,000 of these lakes in Central Asia are considered a threat to the population. This is because the risk of flooding from the glacier lakes. Barden also wrote, other regions located downstream of the glacier-led rivers are expected water shortages. This will affect the wildlife that lives there. The World Economic Forum wrote this summer, the rate of species loss is growing, estimated to be between 1,000 and 10,000 times higher than the natural extinction rate. Animals are having to adapt to be able to survive the heat. The same article claims animals are becoming smaller to lose more heat quickly. This will affect the food we are allowed to eat because if the animals get smaller, that means there's less food to go around.
Mm-hmm.
That also means plants have an impact because they will not be able to be eaten, which means we'll have an overgrowth. Humans need to eat and drink water, or our health will be affected. If animals are becoming smaller and the water is filled with glacier water, we will become sick faster. Climate change affects the humidity and air quality as well as the heat. EPA stated in an article last month, people with medical conditions such as asthma are sensitive to the climate change. Climate change impacts on the air quality. People with diabetes are more sensitive to the heat. Climate change affects how we as a society can live. Water will become contaminated, food will become more scarce, and our health will decrease as climate change rates will go up.
I feel like we learned something. I hope that we